Hey guys, welcome back to Lemon Skate Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a monthly reading or monthly projection of what's happening to you guys in May of this year. Okay, so I have 3 piles for you to choose from, so you actually get to pick from 3 pins that I have here. And I'll give you guys a close-up. So this is pile 1 with this totoro pin. Hopefully the light doesn't like make it hard to see. But yeah, so that's pile 1. This is pile 2 with the sweet tooth. Okay, so that's pile 2, and this is pile 3 with the corgi loaf or cat loaf, one or the other. Alright, so I'll have the timestamps for these piles in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and fast forward to your reading at your leisure. Okay, so we'll be using tarot cards and stickers to deliver your message today. So it's just a pretty light reading with tarot cards and stickers, which are like charm casting. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Hello pile 1, you guys chose this totoro pin here. So let's go ahead and figure out what's happening to you guys in the month of May and see what's up. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like over here, the pin over there, and grab your deck. I'm using the Kate Tarot today for you guys. So this is a lovely, beautiful, gorgeous deck. So let's pull 5 cards and see what's happening to you guys in the month of May, okay? So for those watching pile 1, or those that picked pile 1, what is happening to them in May of 2021? Okay, we have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands, that was your first card. So we'll put that over there. All right, let's get 4 more cards. Okay, so that's like a lot of cards, so I won't take those. Okay, but we do have the 2 of Wands. Okay, 3 more, please. Okay, we have the World. And your last 2 cards are the 6 of Swords, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. Almost dropped it. The bottom card of the deck is the Hermit. Okay, so let me slightly reorganize this just a little bit for you guys before we get started. Also, sorry if you can hear like an airplane or motorcycle or something, because it's a little bit loud outside where I'm at today. Okay, so for the month of May, you guys are actually having a pretty big month with the Ace of Swords all the way up to the World. Okay, so you're probably gonna have a new opportunity arise for you. Something new is gonna begin for you guys in the month of May, okay? Because you have the Ace of Rods here, and she's like so excited, and she's like walking across this little rope with like not a care in the world, and is just really fearless, right? So she's starting something new, so you guys are going to be starting something new, right, in the month of May, and you're probably going to enact on some type of plan, or you have a fresh idea or something, probably creative or the like, and then you'll hit a block and be like, I don't really know what to do with this information or with this idea. So it's kind of the energy surrounding you, like probably the beginning of the month of May. So you'll have a new idea, and it'll be really fun and exciting, and then you'll be like, wow, I don't really know like how to continue with this idea, okay, or this opportunity. All right, but it looks like you'll figure it out. You're gonna decide where you want to go. You see these like, the signs here, which is like you can go left, you can go right, you can go up or down, right? So it's kind of the energy. You have a new opportunity, and you'll be like, I don't know which way to go, but you're gonna figure it out with the 6 of Swords. You'll decide you're going to decide what direction you're going to take with this new idea or this new opportunity. Okay, so you'll definitely figure it out. You're just having like a little bit of a stump period, maybe like a couple, maybe like a week or 2 or a couple days. So yeah, you'll definitely figure out where you're going to go, where you're going to head, like what direction you're going to take with this new idea or opportunity. And it's going to be kind of like life-changing, to be honest. We're going to be definitely very fortunate because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, right? So it's very blessed or lucky opportunity that you're going to find yourself stumbling into, really. It's gonna kind of like come out of nowhere just for like, it's gonna seem just kind of fun or interesting, right? Whatever this idea or new opportunity or new passion is, could be like a new hobby or something. But yeah, you're going to like just stumble upon it in the month of May and be like, wow, that's kind of interesting. And you'll take off with it. And the Wheel of Fortune says it's going to change your life in a very certain way. It's going to be kind of fortunate or fun, right? So we see like the progression between yellow and blue, right? So there's a little bit of balance there too. So you go from like a blue to back to yellow, right? So if you guys know what I mean. So we start off with like yellow here and it goes to like blue, and then we go from blue back to yellow, right? So it's like, it's kind of like how the Wheel of Fortune works. We go up and down. So you'll be confused for a little bit on how to like work on this project or work on this idea or opportunity, but you'll figure it out for sure. And it's gonna kind of lead you to like a sense of, wow, this is really cool, and like it's gonna change your life, because I think you're gonna do something with it and really have like a major impact on your life. It's gonna come like full circle, right? So we have like a beginning and an ending here, kind of, right? Because we have the Ace of Wands over here, so it's like a new beginning. And then we have like the Wheel of Fortune, which is an ending, right? Or like coming full circle or completion. And the World says like the same thing, right? So I think for the month of May, you're really like getting a head start on whatever this new opportunity is. It could honestly be like a job or just like a new passion, new hobby, or just something that's really intriguing you and lighting up a fire in you, and like is kind of like a cool passion, right? So like whatever that is for you guys individually, like you're going to kind of run with it for the month of May. It's going to really like offer something new and exciting for you by the end of the month. It's going to come full circle. So I think it's really going to take off or really prove itself like to be useful or have some purpose in the month of May. All right. And the Hermit here on the bottom kind of tells you that like you're going to think about it for a while. Like you're going to kind of sit on it. So this energy here with the Two of Rods and the Six of Swords, like you're just going to sit on this like brand new energy for a little while and be like, I don't really know what to do with this, right? So it's just kind of like, you're just going to contemplate on it or think about it before you decide to really invest yourself completely into this new thing. But by the time that you decide to actually like go full energy into, or full throttle into whatever this like new beginning is, then you'll find in the end that like it's more than worth it, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune is like super lucky energy, right? It's very blessed and lucky, and it's kind of like, wow, didn't expect that to happen. It's like whenever you win the lottery or something. Not that I'm implying that you're going to win the lottery, but it's going to feel like it, okay? So it's kind of the energy with the World too. So these two are telling you that whatever this like new opportunity is, like definitely go for it, because it's going to like turn out to be really good for you guys, okay? But yeah, but like behind the Hermit too, you also have like the Four of Cups. So it's definitely an energy of like you looking at this in the face and being like, I don't really know, you know, just sitting on it and be like, I don't know if this is something that I want, right? Or being like a little uncertain about it. Okay, but definitely just trust in your intuition, trust in the universe, because I think they really have your back on this one. Okay, there's a lot of like motifs or like imagery about the sun too. Okay, so just pointing that out. So that's pretty much what I'm like predicting for you guys for the month of May. Seems like a very good month, to be honest. Whatever this like new project is or new like passion or energy is, like it's very exciting, but you're just going to be a little bit hesitant about it for like the middle of the month. Okay, so now that we've got that, got all the cards on the table, I'm going to move on to stickers now and see if we can get a little bit more information. So this is the box I keep like my stickers in, and so let's go ahead and do that. I'll also grab you guys some letters too from this bag. So let's do that first, actually. Let's do your letters first. So I'll pull like 3 or 4. I usually pull 3. So you've got a Q. Okay, so that's a Q. Let's get like 2 more letters for pile 1. Okay, we have a Q and a W. Q, W, and 1 more. Oh, okay, we got 2 more. Okay, we got a Q, W, J, and an S. Okay, so Q, W, J, and S are your letters. Those could be like your initials of someone that's going to be important for you this month, or a company, or significant for other reasons. Okay, so there you go. Let's pull your stickers now. So as I shuffle, it might be a little bit loud. They shouldn't be as loud as like perhaps charms might be, but just like a warning there to go ahead and turn down your volume if this thing might bother you. But yeah. So let's get some final messages for pile 1, please, for the month of May. right, so we've got some interesting, yeah, okay, so this sticker is just like basically a blank. So this always means like new beginnings, which definitely makes sense because you have an Ace of Wands here, Ace of Rods. That's definitely new beginnings. Okay, so we have September, so you might be a Virgo or Libra. That looks like that's our only zodiac signs coming out, so definitely some earth energy in here. Okay, so we have some fortune cookies too. I'll read those out in just a second. Let me just unfold or like flip them over. Let's see what we have here on the table. Okay, so you have a little bit of Taurus energy here too. So this sticker always reminds me of Taurus a little bit. So remember I said like there's a little bit of hesitancy or stubbornness or little like uncertainty that you're gonna feel towards this new beginning. Just be like, I don't really know if I really want that. So that's kind of like very stubborn Taurian energy that you're probably gonna be feeling a little bit. You might have like those placements a little bit too. But yeah, so, but this sticker itself like also just talks about like overthinking something or overcomplicating the issue or just thinking a little bit too much, okay? And it fell kind of directly on the Two of Rods, right? So it's kind of what the Two of Rods is saying. It's like, yeah, you're just sitting there looking at the the crossroads and just being like, I don't really know, right? Just thinking about it, overthinking it. When in fact you should just be trusting your intuition probably, or just, but yeah, you're just overcomplicating a little bit, right? So that's kind of like being indicated there or like confirmed a little bit for you guys, okay? So just expect to have like a little bit of a bump there, like in like early middle of May, okay? So you have a little like, what is this called? Like a fortune cookie. It says, you deserve special treatment this month, enjoy dessert, right? And it came out kind of like with a cake, right? But honestly, so yeah, like this sticker talks about kind of like, with the fortune cookie, it kind of talks about just like treating yourself, not going, like treating yourself well and not being too hard on yourself. So like, don't get too frustrated over this like new beginning, okay? Like, it's okay to take it easy. You don't have to like put so much like struggle into it. But this cake itself, obviously, is talking about the dessert. But in and of itself, the cake tells me like about completion, right? Because like a full circle. So something about like you're completing this journey or completing this like new opportunity by the end of the month, definitely for certain. Like I think you're gonna put some like work into it, and you're gonna be able to enjoy like the fruits of your labor. It's kind of that energy for the month of May. Okay, so that's really exciting. Because like you also have like this sticker too, which is kind of like reminding me of like blue skies, where it's like something feels a little bit cloudy, but then like it kind of turns up and like the sun comes back out. So it's kind of the energy too. Is like I think you're really gonna get like a little bit stuck on this a little bit, the Two of Rods and Six of Swords. But it's like the sun will come out and like you'll see that like it all pays off, kind of that kind of energy. Okay, and also you have like a diamond, you know, a diamond that came out. So definitely like prosperity or just like. It's like the surprise at the end of the road. Like you have this new idea and you kind of like run with it, and then by the end like you find a prize waiting just for you because you decided to follow the trail, if you know what I mean. It's like it's got that kind of energy for you guys in the month of May. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so yeah, those are all of your stickers, and actually it's all of the messages that I have for you, Pile 1. So you're gonna have a pretty amazing month. Okay, just remember not to get too frustrated over here like in the middle when you finally decide or like figure out what this new opportunity is for you guys. So yeah, don't get too frustrated, just run with it, follow your intuition, and it's gonna be fantastic for you by the end of the month, okay? So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading helped. Hello, Pile 2, you guys chose this awesome tooth pin. This is like one of my favorites ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this aside and grab your tarot deck. Oh, I actually have Pile 1s, so let me move that. So yeah, I'll put yours over here and grab your tarot deck. So I'll be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot for your reading today. And let's go ahead and get started and see what's happening for you guys in the month of May. So I'll grab 5 cards. So, okay, Pile 2, what's happening to those that picked Pile 2 in the month of May? Okay, that was fast. Okay, we got the 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles. If you can hear my cat like meowing in the background, like I sincerely apologize. He's being really annoying. But okay, so here we go. This is the 5 of Swords for you guys. You know, something might be trying to like capture your attention this month, because like my cat never starts meowing in the middle of readings. So yeah, you might want to pay attention to someone trying to grab your attention or something. Okay. So here's the 7 of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the High Priestess. On bottom we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is super interesting because the Wheel of Fortune pulled for pile 1 as well. So it's like a pretty nice month for everyone, I guess. So let me just organize this really quick. Okay, so pile 2 is kind of interesting. So it's talking about a couple of different things for you guys for the month of May. So let's just start from the top. You have the 9 of Coins. So this immediately kind of talks about like success, right? So it could be academic success, or it could just be like financial, monetary success. So if like, you know, you got a job, then, you know, maybe you'll get a raise, or you'll just be really financially well off this month, okay? So a lot of success coming your way for the month of May as far as like your tangible items go. So like monetary things should be good. If you're still in school, then expect like achievements or things like that to come your way for the month of May, okay? So this is a very good, promising card to pull for your monthly spread, okay? So let's move on to the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords kind of indicates like win or lose kind of situations where like no one really wins. It's like, or like you win something and you also lose something. Like it's not like the Five of Swords kind of like the situation where like you win a battle, but like you lose something in the process, right? So it's kind of like where you win, but like at what cost? So it's that kind of situation, which is like no one really likes to be in the Five of Swords because it's like kind of sticky, right? And you even have the Seven of Swords next to it. So I think like despite like the achievement that you're gonna have in the month of May, like probably in the beginning, you're gonna find yourself like in a weird situation, like probably in the middle of May. So, and I think it might have to do with like your friends or like your social group, or just like whoever's kind of around you might decide to like pick a fight or start being annoying or something. Especially because we have my cat like meowing in the middle of your reading, right? So I think that like something might come up in the middle of May, or just towards like the beginning or middle, like the second week or third week, with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Cups, okay? Because like the Seven of Cups can be kind of like a weird dreamy situation that you don't really know like the truth, or just the truth seems clouded and a bit like someone's hallucinating, you know. It's like a kind of a delusional situation, especially paired with the Five of Swords. It's like no one's gonna win the situation and it feels very weird. So you might start feeling that way, or a situation might come up in May that kind of presents itself like this, you're gonna have to deal with. I don't think it's gonna be like catastrophic or anything. I just think that you're gonna have to deal with something like this. And especially with like the Three of Cups like next to it, it might have to do with like your family or your friends or your social group, like I said before, just like people that are around you. Maybe like if you're at work or like wherever you work, maybe just like co-workers you have to deal with, or like meetings that you have to deal with might start like getting a little interesting, okay? The last card with the High Priestess tells me that you're going to be completely fine. You're going to be able to rely on your intuition and just know exactly what's going on. You'll be able to like be like an owl. You'll see clearly and see through all of like the BS that might come up for you for the month of May, okay? So yeah, you're definitely taking care of yourself for the month of May. You're doing well financially and academically or whatever, but yeah, whatever success means to you, you're definitely like thriving in that for the month of May, okay? It's just that you might have to deal with a little bit of a sticky situation, like in the middle, you know, just like kind of like in a nuisance. Nothing crazy, just like kind of interesting. You might hear something about a friend or two that are like strange, or they're like, you know what I mean? Just like kind of a weird situation. You might have to distance yourself from some people, but I think in the end with the High Priestess, you're gonna be able to see clearly through all of it and ultimately protect yourself from anything that might like come up, okay? So you're definitely gonna be just fine. And I do see like some moments of like happiness or joy or celebration. I definitely see celebration a little bit, okay? So don't mind the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords the Seven of Cups too much. I am feeling a little bit of like a strange like betrayal energy, so it's kind of like, it might just be like petty drama too, to be honest. So don't worry about that too much. Just maintain yourself, maintain your clarity and your truth, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune here on bottom tells you like, or tells us that you're gonna be pretty lucky this month. Something interesting is gonna happen. It's gonna be really cool, okay? Which definitely makes sense with that Nine of Pentacles, because Nine of Pentacles is like, that's a really nice card to pull, right? Especially if you're like looking for success and whatever that means for you. The Wheel of Fortune tells you like, yeah, it's coming your way. Like things are gonna be cool, right? Things are gonna be fun. So something fortunate, something lucky is gonna happen. It may like, it's kind of the energy of like a windfall. You know what I mean? So like a breakthrough or windfall. So you can expect something kind of like that to happen to you for the month of May. Okay? So yeah, but just remember to like stand your ground, maintain your boundaries. That might actually help you out for the month of May, especially with this like strange, interesting situations happening with like your social group, okay? So yeah, it's kind of like a brief overview of what's happening for you guys in the month of May. I'm going to go ahead and like get out my stickers, which are like charm casting, and we'll get some more information for you guys, okay? I'll also pull some letters. So we'll pull letters from here, but I'll grab your stickers first since I already have the box out, okay? So it might be a little bit loud as I'm shuffling too, so you can turn on the volume if that bothers you, but otherwise, let's get final messages for pile 2, please. Okay, and then let me grab you some letters. So we'll grab like 3, I guess. I don't know, pile 1 got 4, but we'll see what you guys get. So I have a G for you guys, like, yeah, so you have a G, and a G, a C, so like G as in gate, C as in cat, and you have an I, okay, or it could actually, like, no, that's an I, so G, C, I are your letters, so this could be your initials or initials of someone you know, or it could be like your company, or it could just be significant for other reasons, okay? So let's go ahead and see what stickers you got. So you have a P as well, so if you know someone, well actually, I don't know if you know someone, but yeah, P is also another one of your letters, okay? So you have February. February kind of fell on the 5 of Swords, so either something happened in February of this year, or someone is born in February, so maybe you're an Aquarius, or you know someone that's an Aquarius. Okay, so it's a little bit of a hint there. You also have January, so it's also Aquarius energy, it's also Capricorn, okay? So something either happened in January, February for you guys, or you know someone that's Aquarius or Capricorn has those placements, or perhaps that's you as well, okay? So you had quite a bit of fortune cookies that came out for you guys, not many stickers, so that's kind of interesting. I might pull more for you guys. Oh, interesting, you got like a little bit of you know, you had a diamond ring here, okay? So maybe if you guys are in a relationship, then like something might, you know, just being brought to the surface, okay? So something about like relationship, but ultimately this ring talks about commitment, okay? So if you had like a friend that you were committed to, or like a lover or someone like that you're committed to, then they might come up this month, okay? So we have this, it says, right injuries in dust and benefits in marble. Okay, so that's definitely energy of the 5 of Swords, which is kind of like, yeah, like right off the energy, like injuries, or like shove it under the rug, you know, because like something might happen, but you choose to like overlook it. So it's kind of the energy of the 5 of Swords, which is like, yeah, definitely something, like there's definitely a conflict that's occurring, basically. Okay, so a longtime acquaintance thinks highly of you. So yeah, like you definitely, you know, your friend group is being highlighted this month for sure. And a thrilling time is in your immediate future. So it definitely makes sense, like, with the 3 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, because the 3 of Cups can talk about, like, your friends, or just, like, celebratory energy as well. With the Wheel of Fortune here, too. So, like, if you're expecting, like, something, like, news, or, like, success, or, like, something like that, then definitely something good or interesting is happening to you by the end of the month, okay? So I'm seeing, like, a lot of, like, joy and celebratory energy, like I said before. So, yeah, you can expect that. I'm also seeing like, so this sticker always reminds me of like the forget-me-nots. I don't know if it's actually forget-me-not, but it sure reminds me of one. And you also have like some energies like of like a conflict or something. So like either a friend is kind of like bugging you this month, or someone that's in your social group, or just like maybe an old lover or something is coming up, okay? So be mindful of that. Whatever like person or energy is like causing some like distraught or like just conflict for you the month of May, just keep a lookout, like keep an eye out for that, okay? So I might grab you like a few more stickers, because like there wasn't really that many. Okay, so just like a few more, I guess, for pile 2. Okay, I'll just like, okay, you also have a T. So like PT, is that like patient therapy, or like, I don't know, I know like there, like PT is a career, I just don't remember what the actual like name is. Okay, so yeah, so I'm definitely sensing some old energy with this like woman here. This is definitely old energy, or just like a sense of like bitterness, or kind of like lingering energy, okay? So if you have someone that's like that you maybe recently cut off or like you're not in contact with anymore, like that you can expect them to maybe come back around again. If that doesn't really resonate, just like, I'm just sensing something a little bit like old or stale, or like something that's a little like, yeah, just like lingering energy, okay? So yeah. But yeah, this mountain here is just ensuring that whatever like conflict this is, or whatever like things come up this month, you're gonna overcome it because you have the sun's coming back, like that's like rising over the mountain, which represents challenges, right? So whatever happens like in the middle of the month, you're gonna overcome it just fine, like I said before, and your month is gonna be actually pretty good, like aside from all this, okay? Because like you have the Wheel of Fortune that's kind of like blessing you with like good fortune and good luck, okay? So don't mind this too much. It just feels like lingering in like energy that maybe you're not really like dealing with anymore, but it's coming back around probably from like January, February, okay? So yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all the messages I have for you, Pile 2. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this reading has helped. Hello, Pile 3. You guys chose the super cute like corgi / cat loaf pin. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with your reading and see what's happening for you guys in the month of May. I'm going to put your pin aside over here, so maybe it's still in frame, but out of the way. Okay, so the deck I'm using for you guys today is a Light Visions Tarot. So we'll pull 5 cards and see what's happening for you guys in the month of May, and I'll end your reading with some stickers and letters to get some additional messages and to wrap everything up. Okay, so let's get 5 cards, please. For those that picked Pile 3, what's happening to them in the month of May? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, and we have the 7 of Swords, okay, we have the King of Wands, okay, this one wants to come out, the 3 of Wands. So we had a lot of fire energy today. And we have the 2 of Wands. Okay, so, and the bottom card is the King of Swords. So let me go ahead and reorganize this because I don't think it's quite in the right order. Okay, yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a progression here. Okay, so for you guys in the month of May, this 7 of Swords is very interesting because it feels like a little bit of an anomaly from the rest of your spread, because we have so much Wands here, right? And then we have a weird 7 of Swords, which is like kind of a sneaky energy with someone kind of like peacing out with like the 2 of Swords, and they're like keeping up like a barrier, and it's just a very interesting card about deception and betrayal, and it's like a card that kind of freaks people out sometimes, right? It's like sneaky fox-like energy. So I think either you've experienced this recently, someone kind of like piecing out of your life or being a little bit deceptive, or they might have just done you dirty, right? So that energy might just like be still around you, or like you experienced this recently, or you might experience this in the beginning of May, right? Where someone just kind of like decides to piece out of your life, or they prove themselves to be a little bit deceptive, or they kind of are an interesting energy that you decide that you don't really want in your life anymore. Okay, so it's definitely a possibility. Okay. So either way, like, they're commenting on like a little bit of like energy like that. It's kind of like showing up in the month of May. I don't really see it being that kind of like that terrible. I think it's just kind of like a strange, interesting moment in your month, you know, where it's like someone kind of just like dips, you know, and you're kind of like, you kind of don't really mind that much, which is very interesting because sometimes whenever the 7 of Swords comes up, people are like, wow, that was kind of horrible, and that kind of like ruined my life a little bit there for a second. But for you, I think you just kind of see it. Right, with the 2 of Wands here, like this is you, and this is like whoever you're dealing with or whatever situation it is, and you just kind of see it and decide to move on, be like, okay, whatever, like, you don't want to be in my life anymore, that's fine, you know, like I can move on and like I can handle myself, right? So it's actually really cool energy. So like props to you for that. Like I don't know if this is in your past energy, like it might be for some of you guys, and for others it's kind of like it might happen like the very beginning of May. So yeah, like whatever timing, someone just kind of like dips and like, cause you know, like look at them, they're saying goodbye, right? They're waving, right? So yeah, whatever, like whoever it is, like you kind of just see it and you're like, okay, that's fine, you know, like go ahead, right? I'm gonna go do my thing. So it's kind of the energy for like the beginning of May. You know, you decide to just like, it kind of feels like detached or just like, you know, nonchalant or like whatever, it's fine energy. And then you go and decide to do your own thing, right? With the Three of Wands, it's kind of like, I'm gonna go and prepare like and do my other stuff, or I'm gonna go focus on other things. With the Three of Wands here, you like decide to like invest yourself in your projects or like your passions or your hobbies. Because like the Two of Wands and Three of Wands both kind of talk about like creating a plan and then acting out on that plan, right? Or preparing, right? So it seems like there's a little bit of a moment here where like a little interaction between you and someone or like an event, which is kind of like someone dips and you're just kind of like, well, that's fine, I guess, and you just go right back doing your own thing energy, which is just kind of like very empowering, to be honest, and inspiring. So, but yeah, you go back to just working on your projects and working on your life and just kind of like fixing yourself up, I guess, or whatever project you're working on, you're preparing yourself to do something interesting. With the Page of Wands and the King of Wands here, right? It's like you're learning something with the Page of Wands, right? So because the page becomes a king, right? So by the end of the month, you're kind of investing yourself in a project or a hobby or a passion or something, and you're improving at kind of an exponential rate, okay? So whatever this project is, I'm sensing it's probably like a hobby or a passion or something. It might be even like performative too, because you have the King of Wands and the King of Swords on bottom. Just because there's so much fire energy, like this like passion or something is probably like, that's why I say it's probably performative or just probably passion or hobby related, just because like there's so much fire there. So yeah, like there's a strange energy of like someone dipping and then you just kind of like go right back to focusing on what you were already working on. Okay, so this can be just like you work on your creative projects, right? Because like the Page of Wands and the King of Wands are super creative, okay? So I think that's kind of just like how your month plays out. It's like, very interesting, and like the beginning of the month is like definitely interesting, right? But you go right back to just like going over these challenges or like going right past them, right? Because the mountain there talks about like challenges, right? But you just kind of like breeze through them and you decide to just focus on yourself, focus on your passions and your hobbies or whatever this creative project is. And it looks like it does well, right? It kind of like blooms a little bit. You see like the fire, like from the Page of Wands, and then to the King of Wands, like there's a little bit of like some like flowers there, it's blooming, right? It's like you see some progress and like some movement in whatever you're working on for the month of May. So like I just see a lot of commitment to doing your own thing and to enacting your projects, enacting your plans, and orchestrating this in a perfect and methodical way so that it just becomes exactly what you were looking for, right? With the King of Swords on bottom, right? Because like look at this, he's kind of performing to me. He always seems like performative in this card. And it's just like very interesting. I think you're having a good time in the month of May. Like this doesn't really bother you at all, whatever the Seven of Swords is. And I also like definitely think this is probably like creative just because they have the Ace of Wands too. Okay, the Ace of Wands is definitely a creative like hobby, passion, or project. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I see for you in the month of May. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some not charms, but stickers and see what else I can get for you. Okay, but yeah, this definitely might be just like a relationship that kind of like falls out of your life and you're like, okay, that's fine. So I'll grab you guys some letters, but we'll grab some stickers first. So this is the box I keep it all in. If it might be a little bit too loud for you guys, so you can go ahead and turn on the volume if you need to. If not, let's go ahead and grab some messages for pile 3. So final messages, please. You know, you guys got a lot compared to the other piles. Okay, so we have August that fell on the King of Wands. That's like serious Leo energy. If you're a Leo, then that's definitely showing up here. You might also be a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. I'm feeling more Sagittarius though because like December is kind of like, there's just like a lot of fire in this in this reading. You also have like some Virgo energy too in September. Okay, but keep in mind like the months can actually mean like the actual months that you've experienced recently. Okay, so it might be pointing to like maybe something happened in September or something happened in December or August. Okay, so you can keep that in mind as well. You also have July, so that's more Leo energy. Okay, so you guys got so many like of these fortune cookies. You know, I've been thinking that maybe I should put my fortune cookies in a different baggie, just so like it doesn't, like, so like this doesn't happen. Because like that's a bit excessive. But anyway, so we have January as well. January is Aquarius and Capricorn. So Capricorn's coming twice, you know, so maybe it's a Capricorn over here or an Aquarius, because like that's kind of air energy. But anyway, we also have April. Okay, so April is, I do believe that's Aries. So there you go. So we have a briefcase here. So briefcase usually talks about career. So maybe whatever you're working on is like career related, or it can also be a project, but I think like usually it's like job related or career related. Okay, so that's coming up this month. Okay, you may also like still be in school. Okay, if like we got the school bus here, so you may also be in school like university or high school or whatever. So that's coming up as well. But ultimately I usually attribute this sticker to like forward movement or momentum, right? That's definitely what we see here in this spread. We see a lot of forward movement in what you're working on. So that's definitely being confirmed there for you guys. Okay, so what is this sticker? Is this like, okay, so it says architecture, interior, like, okay, let me say that again. Architecture, interior architecture, and designed objects. So maybe this is like the career that you work in, or this could be your field. Otherwise, this sticker usually talks about like contemplation or overthinking sometimes, or just like very complex problem solving. So I think it's the complex problem solving that's being like illuminated on here, because like, remember, whatever the situation is with the Seven of Swords, you kind of look at it and just like, you think about it for a little while, but then you just kind of go back to whatever you were doing, and like you're able to problem solve through whatever this issue is, if you know what I mean. Okay, this also reminds me of the King of Swords, which is definitely like methodical, and like definitely that energy of like super scientific or methodical and like analytical. Okay, so let's go through your like fortune cookies now. So you can be a victor without having victims. So that's kind of interesting. That reminds me of the Seven of Swords here. Okay, so definitely some conflict there. So it's time to get moving. Your spirits will lift accordingly. So maybe you are being encouraged to exercise a little bit, but also I think this is commenting on like the forward movement that we were talking about, right? It's time to get moving, right? I think you're starting to like act on plans that you've already like created, or plans that you will create, and you're gonna act on them by the end of the month. Okay, so the architect of your destiny is yourself. So that's interesting because architecture is coming up twice. So maybe you work in architecture, or you know someone that's architecture, but for whatever reason architecture is coming up twice. So there's definitely a message there for you guys, some synchronicity and confirmation there. Okay, the last one you see pictures and poems and pictures. So that's definitely a very creative energy that I've been feeling in this reading, because like there's just so much fire. That's definitely passion and creativity, and like the pictures and poems and pictures, like that's such a creative energy. Okay, so it's definitely being emphasized there for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab you guys some letters now, and we'll end your reading. So we'll get like 3. So letters for pile 3, please. Okay, we have a B. B as in bat. And we have a W, so B, W, and a Y. So B, W, Y are your letters. Those could be your initials, the initials of someone you know, or perhaps like your company, or just significant for other reasons. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all the messages I have for you guys, pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading has helped.